FileMaker Pro 11 has quite a few new features. We're going to go over them in great detail throughout the three-part tutorial series. Right now we're just going to give you an overview so you know what to expect and can have your mouth watering a little bit waiting for these new features to be covered, but they will be covered. We're just going to give you an overview right now. So the most anticipated feature I think that people have been wanting for a long time is charting, and FileMaker's done it right. They've got all different types of charts. You have line charts, area charts, pie charts, bar charts. You can chart from a found set. You can chart from related values. You can chart from a return separated list of values. This gives you complete control over charting. And there's all kinds of features on each type of chart. So you want to take a look at this when we cover it, and we will cover it in quite a bit of detail in quite a few places. We'll cover it in reporting, we'll cover it on the basic level, we'll cover it wherever it's necessary because I think people are going to be using charting quite a bit. Now the inspector is a new feature that's really an old feature. It used to be object info. It used to have the ability to name an object, you could reposition an object, you could also go ahead and set up the ability for objects to grow with the size of the window. But the inspector has been completely expanded, and we're going to go over it in quite a lot of detail. What you have is one big palette with tabs on it that allows you to set all the features you normally would have done from the menus. So this is a great thing for developers who do a lot of work because you don't have to constantly go to the menus. You can go to one palette and change all these options for a field very quickly. So I think you're going to really like this a lot. Schema from table view. What that means is that in table view you have the ability to essentially create all of your fields, your reports, and all that kind of stuff. And this is really great for beginners because you don't have to go to manage database. We're not going to use it much, but we'll definitely show it and see how it works. And in fact, actually, seasoned developers may use this a little bit too because it's an easier way than going to manage database. But we'll see. It's up to you. It's a different way of accessing some of the schema and creating it and modifying it than you have had in the past. And it's basically geared towards new users. The quick find feature is great. In the status toolbar, you're going to have this one feature, this little box where you can type into find criteria. It searches all the fields on your layout, so it's great. It's kind of like if you've ever used iTunes, the same quick search area that you have there. So FileMaker includes that now, and I really like it a lot. You also have a feature called snapshot links. This allows you to share a found set with a colleague. You save a snapshot of whatever found set you have with whatever sort and all the other features. You send it to him, he can double click on it, it'll open it up in the file and show exactly the same view as you have. Really a great feature, not hard to explain or to use, just really helpful. The enhanced quick start screen is really nice too. They've really made it a beautifully organized screen. So you can get to your starter solutions, you can get to new files, you can get to all kinds of things in this enhanced quick start screen. I think you'll really like it when we show you. Layout folders is the same as what was added in FileMaker 10 with script folders. You can now organize your layouts in folders. Simple as that, very nice, helps you organize your complex solutions very well. The enhanced report system will again help beginners create complex reports with a simple wizard-like or assistant-like interface. Recurring import. Well, this is another interface or something you can already do in FileMaker, but it helps reach to the beginners and help them do this recurring import, such as getting data from a spreadsheet over and over and over again every time they update it. So we'll cover that as well. Text highlighting. Well, this is a very basic feature that allows you to say, I want to highlight this text in yellow. But we're going to take it to new heights and show you how to highlight your quick find search criteria in all the fields that you search on. So that's pretty cool the way you can take this feature and expand upon it, not just use it as is for just highlighting text, but have it work with another feature and combine it and make it do something that you couldn't do in FileMaker before. We also have enhanced script editing. This means that you can now edit a script from the button dialog. So if you've ever done scripting before, and if you've done a lot of it like I have, what ends up happening is that you go ahead and click on a button and you go to assign a script and you go, oh, I forgot to make the script, or I forgot to edit it. So you have to exit out of the button dialog and go into ScriptMaker and then go ahead and make it. So it's a lot of dialogues you don't have to go through anymore. You have direct access to the ScriptMaker through a lot of dialogues, such as the button dialog, any dialog that you can add a script to. In custom menus, in the file options when you add an open or a close script, all these places you can get quickly to the script editing section, and it's a real time saver. Portal filtering is something we've been doing for a long time, but FileMaker's added a simple variation that you can do directly on a portal design. Right on that portal dialog that you double click on a portal for and set up what table you want to look at and what you want a scroll bar. Well, now you can do it directly and you can add a simple calculation to it rather than going and creating a calculation in Managed Database and then creating table occurrences. It just makes some of your portal filtering much easier. Now you can have variables inside of merge fields and also inside of script and finds. This is really a nice feature that will really make it easy so you don't have to create a global field to put a global value into to show on the layout. You won't have to do tricks to go ahead and script a dynamic find with like enter find mode or perform find. This should be very nice, and we'll go over examples of that. There's a lot of new script triggers. There's 3 new script triggers and 1 enhanced one, so we'll go over those. Those are nice. You also have some security features. External file protection. You can protect your file from being connected to by another file unless somebody has the full access password. This is just for security so people can't sneak into your database and find out stuff about it and maybe steal information. You also have quite a few more layout badges, and we'll go over those. And Instant Web Publishing has been updated for the status toolbar being at the top. So now it's, instead of being on the left, it's at the top. There are also some new features in FileMaker Advanced 11, which we're going to cover basically here, but we're going to go into full detail throughout this 3-part series. First of all, one of the most anticipated is copying and pasting, as well as importing custom functions. Now you can move them between files very easily. That's an easy one to use. Very good reason to get FileMaker Advanced 11. You also have an improved custom menu UI. What that means is that the custom menu feature isn't really changing what you can do, simply has a much better user interface, and this is going to be a welcome to all the developers in the world, because everybody has always said, well, this is probably the one place that FileMaker needs to be improved, is the user interface for custom menus. So we'll take a look at that. We also have a unified script stack for debugging, and when we get to the script debugger we'll cover that, so that makes sense. And the Database Design Report, or DDR, has been updated to have all of the new features from FileMaker 11 in it, so when you go ahead and do a DDR and cross-reference everything, well, everything's going to be in there, including all these new features and how they cross-reference with every other feature, so you can easily tell what's going on in your solution.